Today, I'm back with another mega ranking video for you all. Today, I'm going to be showing off 5 movies from the 80s that have Rotten Tomato scores on Blu-ray that actually I would recommend out to people because I think some of them have some good enjoyment. So I don't know what the critics are missing here. Now, I got this idea from another video and channel I was on. Shout out to Tim Talks Talkies channel. I was on a live stream with him and this whole panel of YouTubers where we got to talk these Rotten 80 movies, recommend them out to people. And I thought, hey, you know what? If people missed that video from my personal audience, then I want you guys to know about these movies because once again, I actually enjoy a lot of these movies here. I don't want them to keep flying under your radar. I think you should check some of these out. So in case you didn't see that video, that's why I'm putting together this video. So we're going to do this from the best Rotten score to the worst Rotten score. So let's get right into this one, and we're going to be starting here with Neighbors. Yes, Neighbors. Now let me bring up the scores here so we can see these. We got Neighbors at 57% critically, but I don't get that. This is an all-time classic dark comedy here. You got John Belushi playing, your average Joe character, but then the new neighbors show up and you got Dan Aykroyd's character and his wife, and they just start doing the bizarre things. I mean, the wife is trying to seduce John Belushi and keep it hidden. You got Dan Aykroyd's character making all these outlandish lies and bizarre statements. He's like, you know what, you had us over for dinner. You know what, let me borrow your car to go get some Italian food for us at this new restaurant. And then he just goes next door and starts cooking pasta he brings over. Just like weird, bizarre things like that. But of course, it is still an entertaining movie. If you like dark comedies, I think you're going to enjoy this one. So I highly recommending checking out Neighbors. All right, next, the one with a little bit lower of a Rotten score here, but it's still a dark comedy. We have Weekend at Bernie's. Now, this is a really fun movie. You basically got these two guys that get invited to Bernie's, who Bernie has a really nice house on the beach, and they're ready to party, but then they find Bernie's dead. They're like, what are we gonna do? And they're like, you know what? We're gonna keep this party going. They start fooling people that Bernie is still alive, like having him wave to people, play some Monopoly. I mean, oh my goodness. So, like, they got a full-on party going. And, everybody thinks Bernie's still alive. So you got assassins that keep coming after Bernie to keep trying to kill him because they think he's still alive, but he's already dead. You got the kid on the beach trying to bury the dead body in the sand. I mean, oh my goodness, so many bizarre, funny moments. So another dark comedy. And yeah, if you like dark comedies, you're probably going to enjoy this one as well. So Neighbors, Weekend at Bernie's, a good little double feature to do, and they're not too long of movies, so you can definitely watch them together. Next, we'll get into another comedy here, but this is not a dark comedy, this is a raunchy comedy, so we got Porkies at 34%. Now, I don't get this low score at all. This is an all-time classic movie. This movie inspired other raunchy comedies, and all the characters and situations in this movie are just so hilarious. The shower scene, oh my goodness, you know the scene I'm talking about, when something gets grabbed, and yeah, I'm not going to go into any more details, but it is so funny and just painful to watch at the same time. But very entertaining movie. You got the Howling Girl. I mean, oh my goodness. This is just a coming of age, high school story, raunchy comedy classic, all-time classic. If you haven't seen Porkies yet, I can highly recommend it. If you like the raunchy style of comedies, think Wedding Crashers, American Pie, that kind of comedy. But yeah, Porkies, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. All right, next, getting away from the comedies here, we are going to have Supergirl. Yes, so Supergirl is actually at 9%. Now, I know this movie gets a lot of hate out there. I understand. But 9% is still a little bit too low for me. I would expect this one to be rotten, but not that rotten, because there's some good elements in here. I do like the score for this movie. I do think it's really good. I do like the intro scene with Krypton. I like the way it looks with just how it's all set up. It does look very sci-fi like, so I do enjoy the introduction. I think the actress was a perfect pick for Supergirl, and so you know what, the movie has its moments. Yeah, it does go off the rails pretty quickly after that. The villain isn't so great. The story isn't put together the best. I get it. But if you're a superhero fan and you haven't seen this movie yet, once again, don't go in and expecting a whole lot. You know, this is definitely a classic superhero movie, and it's definitely not on the level of Superman. But you know what? Check it out. If you're a superhero fan, still check it out so you can say you saw Supergirl. And once again, there's some elements in this movie that works just as a complete package. Not the best out there. But yeah, why not? Why not check out Supergirl? Next, the one with the lowest Rotten Tomato score, we got Mac and Me at 7%. Woo! 7%. Why is this score so low? I do not get it at all. I mean, I didn't expect it to be super high, but not that low. This is a good family movie. Now, I bet people try to compare this one to E.T. And of course, you know, E.T. directed by Steven Spielberg. Of course, that's going to be at a whole nother level. But if you don't compare it to E.T., you just take a look at it for what it is. I think this movie is a fun family comedy movie. I think the alien designs are actually kind of cool looking, even though they're really bizarre. Just how they move is kind of fun too. And it has the dance scene. Oh my goodness, the dance scene is the best scene in this movie. It's just so entertaining, just all the movement. So yeah, I think it's a fun movie, even though, you know, yeah, there's some things in there that aren't at that higher level, but it's still a good time. If you're looking for a family movie, classic family movie from the 80s you haven't seen yet, then why not check this one out? Mac and Me, it has some decent elements, and the score in here, the score is really good. I would listen to the score even just without seeing the movie. Go listen to the score at the very least. So yes, Mac and Me, I can recommend that out to some people. So I had a fun time with that movie. I thought it was going to be terrible. Not terrible. There's good things in it. Now, also, I'll give a couple honorable mentions because as I was going through my shelves, I started to look up some of these movies and I was shocked to find that these movies were rotten. So, I'll give a couple movies for my horror fans out there. We got Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I think is a really good horror movie, but this one's only at 43% critically. To me, I don't get it. To me, it's probably people were expecting Michael Myers in here, and it ended up not being that at all. It was more of an anthology one-off tale. But it's a fun movie. It has great sci-fi and horror elements in there. The costumes are great. So I think if you erased Halloween from this title, you call it Season of the Witch or something different, it is a really good movie for the Halloween time, October season. Very entertaining movie for horror, sci-fi fans out there. I think this one's really underrated. Should not be this underrated. Should not have that low of a score. And then my second horror movie that has a rotten score here, we're going to be saying Phantasm II. Yes, Phantasm II, the second one, actually has a rotten score. Now, what shocked me so much about that is that I actually prefer Phantasm II to the first Phantasm. And Phantasm had a way higher score, a fresh score. And I'm like, no. Phantasm 2 takes everything that's good about the first movie and upgrades it. To me, this movie is better action, better sci-fi elements, more explosive. To me, Phantasm 2 is a lot more interesting and engaging than the first Phantasm movie. So I don't get the low score. It comes in at 38% Phantasm 2. I don't get it. Phantasm 2 is an awesome movie. So those were a couple honorable mentions there I had to give out for my horror fans out there. I know I have some of those on the channel. So that's why I try to do different genres of movies here. But yeah, those are some movies that I have in my collection that have rotten critic scores, but I think still have some merit to them, still have some entertainment value. So let me know out there in the comments below, do you have any movies like that in your collection that have low critic scores, but you actually really enjoy? Let's have those movie discussions down below. And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this amazing mega fan community, make sure you subscribe right now to stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
Well, we're waiting.
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.